Hello, good morning students. I am Gagandeep from Lagpur Khalsa College of Engineering, Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering. So student, in the last class we are discussed about the stresses due to the self-load. Stresses due to self-load. In the last class we had discussed the whole concept. What is the concept of the total pressure, effective stress, pore water pressure, and total vertical stress is there, pore water pressure and effective stress and effective pressure, and this is the uh, one problem we are solving in the last class. Stress is due to saturated soil without seepage. Okay, you calculate the seepage point at A, B, C, D and calculating each effective stress at each point. Okay, and also calculate the total pressure and also calculate the pore water pressure at the different level and draw the this total stress diagram according to the unit weight of water and according to depth, pore water pressure acting according to the depth, effective stress acting according to the depth. Okay, so one thing is also remember student, the total stress is equal to the effective stress plus pore water pressure, and effective stress is equal to the total minus pore water pressure. Okay student, so now today class we are discuss about the stresses due to the surface load. So what is the basic concept is there? So basically introduction in there to analyze a problem just like compressibility of the soil, bearing capacity of foundation, stability of embankments, lateral pressure on earth retaining structure, we need to nature distribute stress along the given cross section of a soil profile. So basically if you find the compressibility of soil, that means how much that soil is compressible due to applied some amount of load. Okay, so next is calculate the bearing capacity of the foundation. So as the foundation apply, so first of all you know the what is the bearing capacity. Okay, according to the bearing capacity of a soil, you will apply that foundation on itself. Okay, next one is the stability of the embankment, that is also very important. Little pressure on the earth retaining structure, what the pressure is behind the wall, and we all discuss in that. We need know the nature of the distribute stresses. Basically we know about the how the stresses is are distribute. Okay, so across the section of a soil profile we discuss in detail. And next is when a load is applied on a such surface. Okay, suppose load in the terms of footing, load in the terms of tread load, load in the terms of reinforcement we applied on a soil surface. It increases the vertical stresses with the soil mass. Naturally, it increases the vertical stresses. Okay, and it increases, and the increased stresses are greater directly under the loaded area but extended in front in the all direction. So simply in the layman language words, when we apply a load into the soil and the vertical stress increases directly below the soil, but it also may be extended in the some identified in the all direction. Okay, so a liable settlement is usually by the building codes may controlled by liable bearing capacity. It's definitely some liable settlement are we say okay. So some there is some limitations the settlement just for example a building is settlement is not not greater than 5 mm as per the code of the IS code. The vertical stress increases with the depths must be determined. How to determine? Calculate the amount of settlement of foundations. And foundation structure are placed on surface earth will provide stress in soil, and these stress will decreases with the distance from the load, and how these stresses decreases depend upon the nature of the soil bearing of the load. So what he say that in that we apply load in the terms of foundation to the soil, and the stress vertical stress are produced adjacent below the foundation, the stress is there are very large amount of stresses are there. After we goes downward, the stresses are decreases, and at the last we go 4-5 times of the width of the footing. The stresses are negligible. Okay, so this is the concept is here. So basically in this topic we are discuss about the stresses due to surface load for the concentric load, for their rectangular load, and we apply a load into their soil. How and what are the types of stresses are generated below the footing we are discuss in this class. Okay, so stresses due to the concentrated load. So the concentrated load, that means we called as a column footing is there, rectangular footing is there, kind of footing is there, pillar footing is there. So individually column footing wheel load may be replaced equivalent point load providing stress are calculated by sufficient point application. So simple, a point application means point load is applied at a certain distance. This is called as a concentrated load. And stress is due to concentrated load. Vertical stress due to concentrated load by identified by their two formula. First one is Bosniak formula. Second one is Westergaard formula. So okay student, so this is the soil mass is elastic isotropic having identical property in all direction throughout homogeneous and soil is weightless. So one thing is more, the stress infinite the surface directly beneath the point load and decreases within all directions. So one thing is also remember, at any point non-zero radius r from the point load application the vertical stress is 0 at the surface, increases to maximum value depth 32. That means r is 0, so this value is 0, this value is 0. From the point of application the vertical stress is 0 at the surface, increases with the maximum angle with the depth of this. So according to this, what is this program? Stress due to the concentrated load. According to the Bosniak analysis, vertical stress increasing a point A are caused by point of load of magnitude, that is P is given by. This is y direction, this is x direction, this is z direction. So this is P is a concentrated point load, or we act as a single load is acting in this direction, and z is a depth at z depth, and the distance of radial distance is r. Below there is a point A. Okay, due to applied a load at this point, we calculate the stress introduced at point A due to the concentrated load point B applied on the other side. Okay, so this is R. So these are the stresses are sigma y, sigma x, sigma z. So according to that, at z dip, this is a simple simplify this diagram. Kindly understand this diagram. So this is ground, so applied a load, so at a depth z at point A, this is r capital, this is small r. So according to the Bosniak analysis, the vertical stress increasing at point A caused by a point load of P is given by. So simple mean is that due to apply a point load P, the stress is introduced at A. So what is the formula? That is sigma z stress. Okay, why we consider sigma z? Because we apply a load, concentrated load in the direction of z, not we apply in the load in the concentrated direction of y or concentrated direction of x. So that's why this is the formula sigma z 3p divided by 2p z square. This is the z, and 1 plus r, this is small r, this is capital R. Okay, so one thing is more, sigma z p z square, rest of the term is, suppose we are differentiate this term, p z square and rest of the term is 3 by 2 pi multiply 1 plus divided by 1 plus r by z square and 5 by 2. So this term is known as a IB. And what is IB? IB is called as a, that is influence factor IB. So simply we suppose some load is applied at a distance z square. Okay, suppose some load is applied. Suppose 100 kilonewton load is applied, and we know the suppose at a 5 meter z depth and r is distance this 5 meter, we calculate the stress increment. By using this formula, we calculate the value of stress due to concentrated load applied. IB is influence factor. This is the IB equation shown in vertical set, directly proportional to the load, inversely proportional to the depth of the sphere, and proportional to the sum function r by z. It's a simple. Okay, so it should be noted that the z is independent elastic modulus and Poisson ratio. Stress increases with depth in a function of geometry. So simple, stress is increases with the depth is a function of geometrically. So r by z, the value is given by r by z. Suppose this r, we know that r by z, according to the r by z we calculate the influence value. Suppose simple r is 5 by this some value is 0.57 and your IB value is 0.2363. Put your IB value this 0.3463, put the load value P and Z value, calculate the stress due to concentrated load. So student, in your PTO examination they are asking some questions. I am also giving some questions. A simple given the point P load, concentrated load, and say that they also given the R value and Z value, and calculate, they ask that calculate the influence factor according to table or their by their proper geometry with their expression, with the help of expression, and calculate the vertical stress of soil. Okay, so this is the influence factor IB. Okay, so next is this is the stress. Calculate the stresses by their Bezier formula. Okay, we also calculate the stresses with the help of Westergaard formula. So next is pressure distribution diagram. So Cation may be used to draw the type of pressure distribution diagram. This is also used for their equation for their three type of pressure distribution diagram. The vertical stress distribution on a horizontal plane at a depth z below the ground surface, and the vertical stress distribution vertical plane r from the load point, and the stress isobars. So this is the case 1. The vertical stress distribution on a horizontal plane at a depth z below the surface according to applied load, and this is the pressure distribution diagram on the horizontal plane. If we apply load as according to that, and this is the stress will be introduced after some distance. So this is like a form of isobars I am discussed in their next slides. The vertical stress distribution on a vertical plane r distance is called that. Means these are the stresses are generated below the ground level during applied of this point P load, because what is the mean of that? Apply load this, due to apply load this, these stresses are introduces. If the apply load vertically, these stresses are introduces by distance r. And what is the vertical stress? So this is the, due to apply load P, there are the stresses are introduces horizontally, vertically. So these are called as a isobars. So what are the isobars? When the stress contours are in the same, so that is called the joining the all circle, that is called as a isobar. An isobar in a line, it's very important, student, kindly make it. An isobar is a line which the connect all points equal Stress below the ground level surface in our isobar is called a stress contour. Basically, suppose at this point stress is 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14, 14. So complete this circle with the 14 we called as a isobar. At this 24 stress is continuously same. This is 28. Okay, so so it's not true. This is 28. This is 20 and this is 14 because stress is decreasing. Okay, so this is an example of vertical stress. So simple student, these are the work examples you can solve and calculate the suppose these are the point load, 2 point load at a distance this. What is the vertical stress at a point A in a given calculate this stress vertical stress at a point A, the given load P1 P2. P1 is a 350 kilonewton, P 470, distance 1.1 and 2.3, and the Z is 2.5 meter. Okay. Also, you solve this diagram is also there are the apply for load. Suppose this kind of foundation is load 1 700 700 700 700. This is 6 meter, this is 8 meter, this is point B and this is point A. That Z is value is 4. Calculate the stress at point A and B. So four concentrated forces are located at a corner of a rectangular area with the dimension of the 8 meter into 6 meter. 8 meter into 6 meter as shown in figure. Compute the vertical stress at point A and 8 point B, which located at a line of A dash B dash at a depth of 4 meter. So in that we calculate the sorry students. So in that calculate the stresses at A to A dash and B to B dash. Okay. So next is Westergaard formula. In the next class we are discuss the Westergaard's formula. So kindly solve these two numericals. Okay. If you find any difficulty, I will contact with you. Okay. You also contact with me. Okay. So in the next class we are discuss the Westergaard formula by calculating the stresses of the surface load. Okay. Thank you students.